Here's the deal. Today, we are going to be talking about the video ad format that I created that is absolutely crushing it online. We are making these videos at Guide Social, and our clients are ripping it up. The best prospecting ads you can possibly make, featuring a human on camera, but they could cost as little as free. But first, we got some monster trucks to see. About to take the kids out to see some big trucks and motorcycles do big things, and it's probably gonna be pretty nuts and very loud. So I've been thinking about making this video for a long time, but I kept saying, Matt, you've got to wait for all the data to come in, right? You have to make sure that this is, in fact, the best. My porch is a mess. That this is actually the best type of video format that you have ever tested. And I got to be honest, when it comes to like top of the funnel prospecting stuff on Facebook ads, this is, no joke, hands down, the absolute best I have ever seen. All right, so here's the deal. Basically, you know that there is the AIDA format of copywriting, right? Attention, interest, desire, action. Just copywriting 101. And this is great for prospecting. It's built for prospecting because what it does is that it allows you to grab, educate, press and agitate on the pain points, and introduce your solution in a way that really works for an audience that just has no idea who you are. So since they have no relationship with you and they don't know anything about you, they don't understand why they would buy this product or this service. So you need creative that speaks to these people, right? We all know that like any Facebook ad hack that you can use in the world is not gonna work if your videos and images at the top of the funnel are garbage. And let's be honest, we're seeing this everywhere. A good video beats a good image any day of the week. Why? Because it's not just about the click. You're having people consume a piece of content that does a very specific thing, markets in a very specific way to them before they click. If you are not doing this stuff in your advertising, then you're lost, which is why you often see a lot of successful ads that are image ads have really long copy because they're doing all that work. But a video is like that on steroids because you get all of that and then all the power of video, which is that like this human to human thing where we're having more of a connection, like we're talking to each other, and it's building more empathy, right? So when I was developing this, I was thinking, okay, well, there's something that all these guys like the Harmon brothers and stuff are doing that are really, really working, but do you need like a $100,000 production budget or something to be able to make these top of funnel videos that'll make you millions? So I was thinking to myself, okay, what do all these videos have in common? They're really just a version of AIDA, and the good ones are mixed with my hero system: hook, empathy, response, over, deliver. I'll put a link in the description where you can learn more about the hero system. I also have a book on it called Producing Empathy. Down there too. So I said, okay, so let's give this a shot. And I just did it myself, right? I have a background in acting. Did you know that I used to teach acting when I was in my 20s? And I actually used to act in some stuff off Broadway. I know, I'm as surprised as you are. And I said, let's do this. So I wrote the script and I put it in this AIDA format: attention, interest, desire, action, mixed it up with my hero system flavor. Single camera, nice camera, pointed on me, mic'd up with a lav mic, and well, check it out. This video has made this company millions of dollars. Most people have no clue how bad their water is, and it's completely different depending on where you live. I don't know if you have one yet, but everyone needs an under-sink water filter to protect their family. I mean, you have no idea what's hiding in your water. So I was watching the news and I heard some bad things about our water supply. So I started researching it, and it turns out the market for these things, these under-sink water filters, is awful. You have to basically be a general contractor to install these things. I mean, I'm handy, but yeah, okay, a little handy. All right, I'm not handy. Drilling through your expensive countertop, doing all this crazy plumbing work, and it costs you an arm and a leg? That sounds awful and scary, and I'm not doing it. So I'd basically given up. So I was sitting on the couch one night, and I'm watching a rerun of Shark Tank, and this guy came on, and he was talking about this company, Hydroviv. They make water filters optimized for your water. This guy with a PhD created it. And apparently you can install them in like 15 minutes. So I got one, and yeah, it's true. It only takes 15 minutes. In fact, it took me 12, which I know is no surprise because I'm so handy, but okay, not handy. There's no crazy plumbing, it's less expensive, and you don't have to like drill into your countertop. And it's pretty awesome. They build it for the unique water at your house. So I highly recommend you check this out. Go to hydroviv.com and get one. HYDROVIV.com. Okay, so let's break this video down, shall we? Okay, so you probably won't be able to hear the sound all that well, but I'm going to try to jack it up here for you so that you can hear as much as you can. But I just want to talk you through this video and why I believe it works so well. Also, as a quick caveat, the highest performing version of this video was done in square format. So 1 by 1, I cut it down. What we did was we used ClipScribe. We've been using that for a while, and we put this inside, and we had subtitle bars on the bottom and a headline on top that said something like the best water filter on the planet or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, it had a headline and subtitles. And then the widescreen version was just inside of it, if that makes sense. But this is the original version, and this is the version that you would use on YouTube if you were using it. So why does this work? I think right off the bat, one of the things that occurs to me is that it's written from the perspective that's almost like a testimonial. So even though it's an actor, and we're used to this forever, right, in TV commercials, but it's scripted, but it feels like not necessarily user-generated content, but it feels third-party in a way. Like it's not coming from the company, it's coming from like a spokesperson in a way, like a spokesman. And that's cool because what it does is it makes it not feel as salesy, right? And it allows me to tell this story about how my life was changed by using this product, right? As an actor. And this is just something that we're not using enough in online advertising, but we have to be doing more of, obviously, because it works so well. Ultimately, we can write it from this perspective. And rather than going to, just always wanting UGC. Not that UGC doesn't work, it does, but this works way better at top of funnel. So what we did, since it feels third party, is we were able to tell a story while injecting some humor along the way. So let's just get started here. I'm just going to run through this. Most people have no clue how bad their water is. And it's so that's the hook right there. There's nothing more important than the first 3 seconds. Most people have no clue how bad their water is. And so I know I've talked about the problem solution framework before on this channel, basically meaning that you are very when you're first marketing a product, you have to figure out how problem aware you are and how solution aware you are, or how problem aware the avatar is, your target customer, and solution aware. In this case, the avatar is not super problem aware and not super solution aware, which means that we really need to do a lot of education there, which is why I chose in the hook to right off the bat say most people, I was actually tackling this problem solution thing head on, and I said most people have no idea how bad their water is. So I'm creating the problem. Now, it's ethical, obviously. There is a problem, and it's actually a terrible problem. People are dealing with this all over the world. They don't even know that the water filters that they have are bad. You probably don't know how bad your fridge water filter. It's horrible. It's not working very well. So, but people don't know that. I mean, you may be like, what? What are you talking about? I thought it was fine. So we have to understand and educate on that and hook people in with a reason to keep watching. And I was able to do that in just a few words there with that hook. Completely different depending on where you live. I don't know if you have one yet, but everyone needs an under-sink water filter to protect their family. I mean, you have no idea what's hiding in your water. So I was watching the news and I heard. So that's really where we're pulling in the empathy. So I wanted to make sure that right off the bat, I sort of set the stage. Like, listen, like you may, because I know personally before this, before I was working with this company, we were not necessarily like I was not super aware of under sink water filters. I was like, the water filters in my fridge, or like like I didn't use like a Brita or anything, but that's the other thing that people use. But I knew that I had to create that through empathy so that other people that felt like me were brought into the mix, right? That was super, super important. So that's what I wrote in there. I said, listen, everybody needs an undersink water filter, right? So I'm just sort of saying, listen, people like us, right? Like an old Seth Godin thing. People like us do things like this, right? So I'm sort of bringing them in, making it obvious. It's not obvious to them, but the way that I'm reading that and writing that, it's just, listen, it's obvious. Listen, everybody needs it. And then to protect their family, which is the major pain point and solution that we need here, with the avatar being mothers, fathers who want to protect their family from like lead and other things that are sitting in their water. Bad things about our water supply. So I started researching it, and it turns out the market for these things, these undersink water filters, is awful. Okay, so I've developed the problem, and now I'm starting to agitate the problem. Now that we've got the problem all set, we're agitating it, right? So this is where we're building interest, right? This is the empathy section, right? So I found out so this is just like you. I was watching the news. I found out there was a bunch of bad stuff in our water supply. Okay, problem established. Okay, you might have that too. This is the client had told me that this is one of the main ways that people learn that bad stuff is in their water supply. And then of course they might start like Googling and everything, like, I don't want this to happen, right? And so I'm building interest here. It's where that AIDA format comes in. And this is really where AIDA and Hero really can work very well together. So the E in Hero is empathy, the H is hooks. We've got the hook, now we've got the empathy, where we're pulling people into that story, and I'm able to do it from this third party. You have to basically be a general contractor to install these things. I mean, I'm handy, but okay, a little handy. All right, I'm not handy. Drilling through your expensive countertop, doing all this. Okay, the cool thing about this is I do think that humor is important, and this is very difficult. This is a very difficult point to get across because people get wrapped up in this because they say I'm not funny. But listen, you are, or you can find a way to be. It's important to figure it out. You got to find a way to figure it out. This is not like Harmon Brothers funny. It's not like the whole freaking thing is some big comedy show, for the product. I mean, there's hardly any jokes, but there's this one recurring joke about me being handy, and it just makes this character more likable and pulls you in more and leads to higher recall of this ad later on. It's great for brand awareness as well as conversion, right? Easy plumbing work, and it costs you an arm and a leg. That sounds awful and scary, and I'm not doing it. So I basically given up. So I was sitting on the couch one night and watching a rerun of Shark Tank, and this guy came on and he was talking about this company, Hydro. So now I'm moving into the desire phase, the solution, right? Problem, agitate, solution, the desire phase, and this is where this is where the response in Hero is starting to pop up, because now I'm actually mixing social proof, like dropping Shark Tank in there, mixing that social proof along with this introduction of the solution. They make water filters optimized for your water. This guy with a PhD created it. And apparently you can install them in like 15 minutes. So I got one, and yeah, it's true. It only takes 15 minutes. In fact, it took me 12, which I know is no surprise because I'm so handy, but okay, not handy. There's no crazy plumbing. It's less expensive. So fun fact, and this is something you'd have to build into your product, and it is built into this product, but it's important to make it go forward in marketing. Everyone wants things fast, easy, and free, or fast, easy, and cheap. So without and you can put these things forward without hurting the value the value of the brand, of course, 100%. You just need to be smart about it. And so I was able to like push on the 15-minute installation. Listen, this is easy. It probably sounds hard to install a water filter under your sink, but literally anyone can do it. I just want to make that super clear, right? And that it doesn't take very long and it's super easy. You don't have to like drill into your countertop. And it's pretty awesome. They build it for the unique water at your house. So I highly recommend. So once again, I had to do all this education at the beginning to set up the problem, deal in empathy. And a lot of people get this wrong because they go right into the features and benefits. I'm not, as you can see in the timestamp here, I'm not into the features and benefits until the 1 minute and 21 second mark. So that gives me time to set up the desire for the product. Marketing, right? Create the desire. And when you create the desire, it's not just showing you the thing that we want you to buy, it's also creating the gap within the target customer to make them see that they need that solution to that problem. You check this out. Go to hydraviv.com and get one. And then we just have Yeah, and then we just have a clear call to action at the end. You guys should totally get one of these, by the way. So that's literally all that goes into it. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And I know you're probably thinking, okay, where am I going to get an actor? We still need to write this thing, and it's not super easy to write. I understand. I totally understand. If you feel that way, I mean, obviously we can help you with this at Guide Social, guidesocialglobal.com or whatever. You can always email Ben on my team, Ben at Guide Social Global. Or just honestly, take a shot at it, just take a shot and see what happens. I mean, follow my format, get that hook in there, empathy, build desire, understand how to set up that problem, and just rock it on through, right? Just rock it on through. We also talk about how to do these types of videos in Peak Video Creator. So if you're a video creator who is trying to figure out how to make videos that sell, and also sell those videos that sell and actually build a business, I have a program called Peak Video Creators, which is super awesome. We have a ton of students in there now, and they're all learning to build a business through their video work. Build it fast, get to 10K plus super fast. So there's a link in the description to learn more about that, the training video down there. Okay. Enough crap from me. See you in the next video. Be honest, do I look skinnier? Is it just because of the wide angle lens? Or is it because I'm on the carnivore diet? We may never know.